Hi, today I'm going to be talking about using VIM on the iPad, and I'll be using this within an application called A-Shell, which is an excellent application which also has the LaTeX and the Python already installed. So all you need to do if you want to write some Python program is to invoke the editor and run Python through the shell. But the default font size in A-Shell once I've opened it up is pretty small, so I can change that using config -s the font size and P to make the change permanent. Just good. I can now fire up Vim. I can create a hello.py, and the first thing you notice is that if I go to the insert mode, I don't really have the line numbers which I'd ideally want, right? So I can, of course, so one thing to note here is that I've mapped my caps lock key on my keyboard to the escape key. Since my keyboard doesn't have a physical escape key, I can go to the command mode and write set nu, which will show me the line numbers. But if I want to make this more persistent, I'll have to create a vimrc file where I'll save all of these changes, where I'll set all of these commands. I already have a vimrc created. I am going to copy that here. So let me create a new tab where I open up the vimrc file, and let me just paste the contents there. Let me first just go and comment out each of the lines, and I'll come back and I'll then uncomment each of these and show what these do. So the line number 1 is for line numbering, 2 is for enabling the syntax, 3 is a color theme which we'll install, 5 allows for mouse support, which can be useful in certain circumstances, 7 through 11 are used for indentation and tabbing and smart intent and so on. 13th and 14th are if you want to execute the particular Python file from the editor itself, you can just press the space key, which I've mapped to executing Python, and then the current tab you're on. But as of now, we have not saved anything, so and everything is commented out. So let me just write this out. Let me just write this particular hello.py file also and exit. And if I open hello.py again, you see that the line numbers are not there because either I'll have to enable the line numbering again, or I have to uncomment the line numbering set number in the vimrc. So let's now go to the other tab and open my vimrc, and let me just allow the set numbering. I can source the current file to get the changes enabled. Percentage refers to the current file I'm on, and let's see. Okay, so I haven't really saved the contents first, and now I can source, and now you see that the line numbers are here. I can go to the previous file. I think I'll have to restart this instance. So if I just write out the content and exit it, let me open up a new tab with hello.py. Okay, for some reason this still does not have the line numbers there. Maybe it's best to just quit the application altogether. So I can just restart vim hello.py and now have the line numbers, but the syntax is not present. So we can again create the new tab, open vimrc, and I can enable syntax, and I can write out this. I can source. Okay, sorry, not SOURC. And now you see the syntax that has appeared. At least in this tab, you can see the syntax. It's maybe not appeared in the other one. If we go to the previous one, okay, the syntax has also appeared in this tab now. And now if you see, if I try to use my my mouse, it's not going to work, mouse or my touch, but I can enable the mouse support by, let me go to the next tab, and I can allow mouse support. I can write out and I can source the current file, and now without pressing the keyboard I'm able to switch using the touch to the different tabs. So the mouse support has been enabled. So we can go back to the hello.py, let me come in insert mode, and let me just write a simple for loop for I in range 10. And if you see, if I press enter, I come down, and if I press tab, I move, let's say 8 spaces. So it's not really configured that way. I should then just delete this line, sorry, and I can go to the next tab. I can just uncomment out these lines of code which are required for smart indentation. I can just try this out, and I can source this, can go to the previous tab, and now let's see. For I in range 10. Okay, so the change has still not happened. Maybe it's best to just restart. Just and open again hello.py. Let me just delete this line and let me write it again. For I in range 10 and print I. So now if you see that I was automatically indented smartly, if I press enter again for J in, so see that we are on the correct indentation level automatically. For J in range 10, print J. Okay, so we can just write this out, and I can also execute this file this way. So putting the exclamation marks it that this has to be run the shell, and I can just write percentage, and now if you see that the entire program has run, there was a time also which I'd passed in, print time to time. I can now press enter, and I'm now taken back to the editor. So without having to leave the editor per se, I'm able to execute this line of code, but then I have to type out that command. Instead, I can also enable, so if I open my VIM RC, and I can just uncomment these 2 lines out. Now I should be able to just press my space key, and I should be able to execute the same lines of code. So basically run Python, and let's see if sourcing helps. So in the command mode, if I press space, does it work? Not quite. Let me exit, open, and now if you see, I just press the space key, and I was able to run the entire thing, which is very handy. Now we see that so I don't maybe like the default color scheme, so I can pick up a good color scheme. I have, if you just open a Google search on Monokai, which is an excellent theme, and with the VIM, so you can go to this GitHub repo, and you can open up this particular colors folder and open up monokai.vim here. You can maybe just click on raw here and just copy this content. A shell also fortunately comes with a curl command. Let me just download this. First, let me just create a directory. So I want to create VIM, not session, colors, right, and let me now just do the output, which is in VIM. So the content will be downloaded in monokai.vim under /vim/colors. Right, so sys could not resolve host. Am I doing something wrong here? Do we require W? Okay, I was just using it improperly, I believe. And now if I see the contents, so I can see the entire color mapping here. And let me just open up Vim with hello.py, and let me just go to command mode and write set color and monokai. Let's see if this thing works or not. Set colors monokai, unknown option colors. Let's see what is the exact. It is set colors monokai only. Maybe I should just exit this, open hello.py again, set colors monokai. Okay, for some reason I'm not able to get this to work here, but let's see if I can. Let me open the other tab, just and open Vim RC over there, and let me just have colors monokai working there. Oh, okay, maybe all I need to do was to do colors monokai. And now you see that the color scheme has changed. I like this color scheme a lot. So if we go to the previous tab, you see that this color scheme looks pretty neat. And since I've edited this in the Vim RC, this should be now persistent across the sessions. Let me go to the next tab and just ensure that I'm writing. And let me open a hello.c program, let's say. And let me go to the insert mode and just write a very simple stdio.h and int main. So I haven't really now set up this for C because I'm not getting both the closing and the opening braces in one go. But anyway, this is just to show you that you get good syntax coloring, and now you also see the smart indentation automatically happening. You could of course now do some key mapping where you compile this, and then you also then just run this. In fact, we can also just try and do that here. So if I just write hello world, now this excellent application A shell also comes in with the compilers. So I can either go outside and compile in the shell hello.out, the C file is hello.c, and I can now run hello.out. Hopefully this should run. Okay, for some reason maybe I need to do this. Right, so I need to execute using the WebAssembler, which is now excellent. You could do the entire thing inside Vim also. So if I just open Vim hello.c, go to the command mode, put the exclamation to ensure that this is happening within the shell. And if I just do percentage, now this will create a dot out, and okay, printer or command to execute. And if I then do just to do asm a dot out, hello world. So this basically shows that you don't even need to leave the editor. And so all of this is done on an iPad. You could do pretty much a lot of things with when you have a C compiler and a Python interpreter installed. Thank you.